This is Chip.
This is Jay.
And thanks for listening
to the I Am Salt Lake podcast.
Showcasing local talent, professionals, and everyday people making Salt Lake City what it is today. It's time for another episode of the I Am Salt Lake podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 106 of the I Am Salt Lake podcast. My name is Chris Hollifield. Welcome to my show. Welcome to the podcast where I showcase Salt Lake City and let you guys get to know the people in the events and everything going on in this beautiful city. You know, the other day I was asked, am I ever going to run out of people to talk to? Is this podcast ever going to end? And the answer for that is no. There are so many awesome people doing really cool stuff. I got to collect the stories for everybody, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the shows, the podcast. IamSaltLake.com is where you can go to find all of the previous episodes for the show. You can head on over to the website. Got links for iTunes, Stitcher Radio, all right there. I would highly suggest for you to check out the back catalog. I've talked to some really awesome people. Hey, before I jump into this episode with Amanda Rock, I want to mention the sponsor for this episode, the Urban Lounge. They're located right downtown in Salt Lake City here, 241 South, 500 East. The Urban Lounge SLC.com is their website. Head on over there. They got some great shows coming up. I know I'm going to be on this. I'm going to be at this Saturday show with Young Galaxy. It's going to be a great show. So hopefully I see you guys there. A lot of really great shows coming up. So check that out. The Urban Lounge SLC.com. Hey, this episode I got to sit down with Amanda Rock. She's a local Salt Lake City food blogger. Amanda Eats SLC. You might have read her blog. I got an opportunity to sit down with her and find out what she's up to, what she's writing, the projects she's involved in. I had a great time chatting with her. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. So why don't you join me now as I talk to Amanda Rock. Introduce yourself and kind of what it is that you do.
Okay. I'm Amanda Rock. I'm a local food writer, and I've been doing my blog for about 3 years. I write with SLUG, which has been awesome, and I just started writing for City Weekly.
Wow, so you're with City Weekly now as well as SLUG, so you keep busy. And
I'm so busy.
And we'll get into City Weekly and SLUG, but I kind of want to start kind of at the beginning of your blog.
Okay.
Like, what got you even interested in blogging? Like, how did that even start for you?
It was a lot of years ago. I've had a few different blogs. The first one I started with was Whiskey Tango Vegan, where I would take food and I'd make really trashy vegan food, and that was fun. I did that for a while.
You would cook it and then take pictures of it.
Yeah,
and
take
blog
pictures of
about
it and blog about it.
And the name of that, what was the name of that one?
It was Whiskey Tango Vegan.
And how long did that blog last?
Probably a couple years.
And so that was even before the 3 years of doing...
Oh, yeah. That was way back, like in 07.
Okay.
06, 07.
And then from there, you did a different one?
Yeah,
before?
And then I had Vegan Mafia, which I had for a couple of years. And then...
and the premise of that one was kind of similar?
Yeah. It was like Italian vegan. It was just fun. And then I started the Salt Lake one, like 3 years ago.
The Amanda Eats SLC.
Mm-hmm.
And the experience from the other blogs, was it tough getting the Amanda Eats SLC going, or just kind of...
No, that one was easy. I got a lot more feedback on that one, just from local people. It's fun to just focus on local stuff.
On what's going on here in Salt Lake City. So kind of give it an idea, like say somebody who hasn't been to your website, hasn't seen your blog. Describe it for people listening that maybe haven't been there, what they can expect to find on the blog.
Super, super easy recipes. I can't really cook, but I can put food together. So there's a lot of easy recipes. There's my favorite dishes from different downtown restaurants. And
kind of like when you go out and about and you just kind of,
and
review
this
it.
This is great. I'm going to talk about this on my blog.
What's been like the most challenging thing, do you think, doing a blog? Like, what's been the toughest part?
I think sometimes staying motivated to just keep at it.
So what motivates you then? What keeps you going? I mean, because you've been doing it for 3 years. I mean, the Amanda Eats at least.
I can't stop doing it. Like
it's an addiction.
It's kind of an addiction. It's hard sometimes when I'm busy with work and other stuff, but it's always in the back of my head. Like, what am I going to write next?
Kind of, you're thinking about it all day long, and that's kind of even like what I'm even trying to show with the show, bringing people on with Salt Lake. Of we have normal jobs on top of what our other crafts, our other things, and we put time into it, and we put our heart, we put the passion, and that's what I see comes out with what you do. And so it's kind of like, what's driving you, and it's just kind of becomes an addiction. Trying new places to eat in Salt Lake.
Absolutely. And just, I don't know. There's a lot of great recommendations from my friend food bloggers, just trying to keep up with those guys. And yeah, there's
what are some other, so there's quite a few like foodie blogs here in Salt Lake, or what's the foodie scene like here?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I mean, I like to eat, but I don't really consider myself a foodie.
Come eat with us.
Come eat with you.
Yeah. So there's Kelly, who does Random Acts of Kelliness. You should have her on the show. She's hilarious.
Well, I think you're my first like foodie, first blog, and that's why I was so excited to bring you on.
Yeah, there's like a whole world of us. Okay, and there's Chelsea, who does Nosh Maven. Heather, she writes for the Tribune, and she also does the Examiner.
Okay, so, and what blog does she do? Because I think I might follow
Heather
her
King.
on Twitter.
I don't know if it's a blog.
Heather King, that rings a bell.
SLC Lunches.
Okay.
Yeah. So she does a lot for the food scene. She organizes Ladies Who Lunch.
And I've seen that. I've seen like tweets on that. Yeah.
So that's kind of where we all met. I'm sure I'm leaving other awesome food bloggers out.
No, I know how it is.
Yeah.
You get on the spot and you're like, okay, who is, who's. Now, do you feel like you're in any kind of competition with each other at all?
What's weird is we're not. Like, we're all like good friends, and we're not competitive or anything. It's just because we all like focus on different things. Aspects.
So what would you say your main focus is? Like vegetarian?
It's vegetarian and vegan food.
Vegetarian and vegan food.
I love vegetables.
I do. I mean, is there, any particular reason you like just the freshness of them?
Girl, what is it? I guess it kind of creeps me out to eat like an animal.
Okay.
So there's that. God, I just like vegetables. I think they're the best.
You think? So it sounds like you met some friends through blogging.
Yeah.
I mean, would you say that's been the most rewarding thing, or what's been the most rewarding thing, like with doing what you do?
I think, without sounding like too ego like that, I think just getting recognized for like working so hard. Like, that's been so great. Like, I went on Channel 5. My blog was featured like as the blog of the week. Like, holy cow, like I couldn't believe people
on the Channel 5 news.
Yeah.
So like, you went on?
I went on the news and I said, read my blog.
I'm sure you said a little bit more than that.
I said a little bit more, but not too much. Yeah, it's just been great. And then SLUG, they like came to me and said, will you write for us?
And how'd that make you feel?
That made me feel so happy, because before that I really didn't think anyone like read my blog, which is fine because I'd probably still keep writing it, but it was just nice.
Oh, come on. I'm sure, or did you want to pretend people didn't read your blog?
No. I didn't feel, I don't know, because of my daily life, like, never talk about my blog.
You don't know, out in public in with your friends and stuff, you don't really like.
I mean, we've talked about it a little bit. It wasn't like the major, but.
So how long ago did SLUG contact you then? Like,
I think that was
how long?
Last year.
Yeah, because I remember like your first article in SLUG, and I was like, "Oh, right on, Amanda." Seriously.
That was so exciting.
What was your first? What did you write about first with SLUG?
Let's see. I think my first review was for Frisch.
Okay.
And that was so fun.
Yeah. Just kind of a review on
just
the
a review
restaurant
on the restaurant and their food.
What's your favorite thing from them? What do you like?
I love their salads.
They got delicious salads.
They've got crazy salads. They've got a kale and tempeh salad that it's heaven.
Well, and I don't think you can go wrong with any food item from them.
No,
they're
you
really,
can't.
really. And I want to get into some food here in just a second, because I'm sure you got tons of great local recommendations.
Yeah.
But so with SLUG, you wrote a review. Like, what are some other articles that you've done with them? Like,
let's see.
Is it kind of a monthly thing you do now with them, or
no? I've been writing for the website a bunch lately.
On the SLUG, SLUG website.
Yeah.
Like what?
Oh, okay. You had the Sex Girls on your...
Yeah. Well, Kristen.
Kristen, yeah. She had an event called On the Edge of the Bed, and I went to that and wrote about it.
Okay, so you wrote about something even besides food then?
Yeah. I'm breaking out.
You're branching out. You're testing new waters.
Yeah.
How was that event, by the way?
It was really eye-opening.
I mean, talk about
There's a lot of ladies that... I don't know. I think I taught someone how to use a vibrator, which was not what I was expecting to do that day, but...
So you just sat around and talked about vibrators? Really? I mean, what?
It was like a whole day event.
Uh-huh.
And like the first half of the day was Kristen and her sister just talking about, like desire and like things like that, like things that women aren't, I think women in this culture aren't too...
Women in Salt Lake.
Forward, yeah.
Do you think women, when Kristen was on the show, she was talking about kind of, they don't really tell what they like or kind of speak their mind when it comes to stuff like that. So do you think, how many women were there?
About 70.
Wow.
I know.
And where was it at?
It was at Hotel Monaco.
A Hotel Monaco right downtown.
Yeah.
Do you think the women that left there felt that maybe it changed their life a little bit? Did you get that vibe a little bit?
That's exactly what I got. I think what Kristen, I don't know, I think what she's doing is so important.
Now, did you didn't find out about her on my show, did you? You didn't find out?
Kind of.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
So, yeah,
Or how did you find out about that event then?
Found out about that from, I think it was X96.
Okay. Because was Gina there?
And Gina was there.
At the thing? Mm-hmm. So you, without prying too much and getting into personal detail here, I mean, you what did they just pull vibrators out and said, how do we, I mean,
I wish.
How do
they
you,
had tables set up throughout the ballroom.
Okay.
And there was one and it had like 3 things of lube and like 3 little vibrators. And I was talking to this woman who was a doula. And she puts the little vibrator on her finger and she's like, oh, I can't imagine what to do with this. I'm like, really?
Just somebody at the event was just like, I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah. And I was like,
that's sad.
It was weird. And she was a doula. So you would think that she kind of understood what was happening down there, but I guess not. Wow. Isn't that fascinating?
No, it's very, very fascinating.
It's weird.
So were they selling them at the event then too?
No, they just had them like, hey, these are some things that you can use to like, I don't know, get things going.
And so you wrote it. You wrote now. Where did that? You wrote the article for SLUG then?
Yeah, for SLUG.
Is it online? It's on the website right now. So I'll try to find even a link for that too.
Yeah, you should.
Because I'll try to link it with the show notes. Mm-hmm. Now, branching out writing, for that, does it make you want to write about? I mean, where do you see that going then? What other? I mean, just more events in Salt Lake?
Yeah, I like to cover events that are interesting to me.
Now, did you go to school for any kind of writing or?
No, I dropped out of like my first year of college.
Okay, so wow, so you 1 year of college is what's under your. What do you like about writing? Like
I've always liked writing. Writing, like I can express myself so much better in writing than talking.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Why is? I mean, just.
I don't know. I think it's just how my brain works.
How do you read a lot of books then? I mean, are you always constantly
I'm always
reading?
reading.
Who are some of like your favorite authors? Like who do you look up to in the writing world?
In the writing world, I love food writers.
Who are some of your favorite food writers?
Let's see. Well, MFK Fisher for sure. She I've read her all my life, and she just is amazing. Like, and
I'm not familiar with her. Is she like? Does she blog or
no? She's like an
books?
old-timey food writer.
Okay, so I just eat food. I don't read about it. You know what I mean?
Just eating it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's my very favorite. Like, I don't think that I could ever write as beautifully as that.
And why? I mean, come on.
Like, I'm not a beautiful writer. Like, I'm not like all prosy and like.
Would you like to become that way though?
No, I'm just like pretty straightforward, but I like to read other stuff like that.
Do you think it's because writing can kind of help paint a picture a little bit easier than through your like voice, through like even the medium of podcasting, how we're doing it now? It helps paint a picture a little bit better. I mean, would you find that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and if I eat something, I can tell you about like my childhood experiences with it, and it's just a good way of communication.
So City Weekly then.
Yeah.
What are you doing with City Weekly then?
I am doing their second helpings column. I've only done 2, and
talk what second helpings.
It's the little it's the stripe in the middle of the page, like somewhere around the food area, and it's like 300 words. It's just a little.
And
taste.
you've done two write-ups with that so far. And is that like going to be a monthly thing then that you do with them?
I think it's an occasional thing.
Occasional thing.
Yeah.
And did they contact you then, kind of?
No,
or?
I keep giving them pitches, and then
They finally bought one.
So like out of like the 10 pitches I've done, they like picked up 2.
Would you like to see this become kind of a full-time thing then for yourself? I mean,
love that.
So what's stopping
even
you?
Imagine like having a job and having a regular paycheck and benefits and stuff like that.
It's that dang benefits, you know what I mean? I think that's what holds a lot of people back.
Yeah. And I like the stability of a full-time job.
Stability, just kind of knowing.
Like money.
Yeah. But you wouldn't want to become just like a freelance journalist, maybe?
Oh, I love that.
But then again, it goes back to the stability.
Yeah,
thing.
I just don't know if I don't know, maybe in a couple of years.
Now you're married, right?
Yeah.
What does your husband think of all this? Is he pretty supportive?
He's so supportive, but he's like, "Hey, one weekend a month, just don't schedule anything." And I've had a hard time keeping up with that.
And when he says schedule anything, like, I mean, what are your weekends pretty packed with eating or what?
Yeah, lots of food and writing. Mostly.
So describe like a weekend, like you
Like
get up and write.
Get up. And he's a baker, so he gets up like around 4, even on the weekends.
Like a baker at somewhere where he like an actual baker.
A Great Harvest.
So he makes delicious bread.
He makes amazing bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just up there on 9th?
No, the one in Holiday.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so a weekend would be like, I don't know, like he gets up a million hours before I do. And then we'd probably like get breakfast, and then like maybe there's like a food event or something like that, or a restaurant that I need to go to. So it's just like eating.
I love that you need to go to, right? I just have to go
job.
eat. Yeah, I have to go eat. So like food events, I mean, are there quite a bit of food events going on?
Yeah, there's been a few lately.
Like what's a food event? I mean,
a food event. Okay. Like we have Celebrate the Bounty coming up, which is going to be awesome.
And celebrate the bounty. I mean,
yeah, we're just going to celebrate it. It's
we're just getting around celebrating. I mean,
it's the bounty.
Who's doing it?
Okay, so it's sponsored by Local First, and SLUG is sponsoring it as well. And it's just going to be a bunch of local food people like Lizzie's, More Spreads. Can't remember who else is going to be there, but there's just going to be a bunch of people like serving food and vodka and.
Who doesn't like to get around and eat, right? I mean, it's something I think we can all get down with, you know.
Absolutely.
And when is that?
It's a Thursday.
And now, can anybody go to this?
Oh, absolutely. It's like $65. There's like no reason everybody shouldn't go. Okay. It's our local food. What
do you like about local food? I mean, why is local food? It comes across as very important to you.
Yeah.
Why is it important? I mean, why do you go out of your way to eat locally? Why does Amanda? You know, your personal.
It's easy. Like it's not hard at all. I can get everything I want, like pretty much like from Caputo's or from Liberty Heights. It just makes more sense.
And why does it make more sense to you?
It's more ecological. It's it's just better for the planet and better for people.
And for the local economy though, as well.
Of course.
I mean, you know, you can't forget that. Now actually let's back up a little bit back to SLUG. You've done what? You've done a few interviews on their podcast actually as well. Talk about that for a little bit. Like
that was kind of weird. That was like out of my comfort zone.
Was it really?
It kind of was. The first interview I did was with Mama Africa. Kathy, I can't pronounce her last name, but she makes hot sauce. It's so hot.
And did you just come to them and say, "Hey, I want to interview them," or how did that
Gavin
happen?
Called me and said, "Can you like do us a favor?" Because I work right by the SLUG office. So I just kind of went down there on my lunch break and interviewed her.
So you interviewed her at the SLUG, SLUG podcasting studios there.
Studio, like room in the basement.
How did that go then? I mean, that was your first introduction to podcasting, really? Or
yeah, it was. I was kind of scared. I don't know why. It was just weird to interview somebody, I guess.
Would you like to do more?
Yeah. The second interview I did was with Heather King about Ladies Who Lunch, and that will be October 6th or something. So that'll be out soon
on their October 6th podcast. And you just kind of talk about ladies who lunch. I mean, for people listening,
so cool.
what is it? What is it? What do you do? And how do you get involved?
You go on Twitter, you find Heather, SLC Lunches, and let's see, this Thursday, Ladies Who Lunch is going to Chabar, which is a fabulous Thai place in Draper.
So anybody can come?
Anybody can come. Just RSVP if you're a lady. If you're not.
So dudes can't come?
No.
What about guys that want to eat?
I think you're going to have to take that up with Heather. I think that she feels that having Ladies Who Lunch nurtures, like, lady stuff. I don't know. I don't quite get that, but...
And is this kind of do people do this all over? Is this just a Salt Lake thing, or... There's
a group in Salt Lake. There's also a group in Utah County and one in Park City, and I think I'm probably missing one. Yeah, but she started at like...
Is there a website or anything, or no?
Yeah, there's a Facebook group.
Ladies Who Lunch Facebook group. And, again, maybe I'll try to find the links on there, or maybe you can send them over and I can get it. Because I like to see people get involved in the city. I think so often here people say, oh, Salt Lake is boring. There's nothing going on. There's so much to do here. I mean, even like this fantastic Ladies Who Lunch.
I can't keep up.
Maybe I could be a creeper and just kind of sit in a table. Yeah.
And dress up and like
come as a woman. Would that be fantastic? Bosom. Man, I haven't seen that show forever. Did you watch that show growing up?
Yeah, totally. I reference it like at least once a week.
Really? On your blog?
No, I should though.
How fantastic would that be? Like
that would be awesome.
Do a Bosom Buddies food
blog,
just like a food tour or something.
That would be a good idea. Okay,
and see what reactions you get from people.
That'd be so great. I bet I could get Peter Scolari like involved somehow, because I don't think he's doing anything.
I'm always up for a good gimmick. You know what I mean? No.
That'd be so awesome. Like a couple years ago, I found this this cookbook, but it was Gilligan's Island cookbook, and it's fabulous. Like it has the most hilarious recipes, and it was Dawn, the lady who played Marianne, wrote it. She wrote a cookbook.
Wow! So
I was like, how awesome would that be to do a blog
about? Wow! So
using her cookbook?
Yeah. So you collect quite a bit of cookbooks?
I have absurd amounts of cookbooks. I need to
like it's getting out of hand, or
yeah,
what?
I need to sell them. It's getting weird.
And you did a little vegan cooking here. Yeah. Talk about that. I mean, what is this kind of your first little thing that you've put together?
It was my very first thing. I did it on a lunch break at work, and I just put like my easiest and best recipes together. Like stuff that reminded me of like what my grandma used to make. And where can people find this? I mean, how would they get their hands on this? I mean, this is fantastic. Just get in touch with me. I haven't really figured out how to distribute it. And just how you're doing it. Just pass it around, and then it could, And now, is there quite a bit of recipes on your blog then? It's mostly food reviews, but there's a handful of good recipes. So did you grow up here in Salt Lake then? Yeah. I mean, you grew up. I grew up in Salt Lake. Right in Salt Lake? Right in Salt Lake. Mm-hmm. Your whole life you've Yeah. What do you like? I always ask people that come on, what do you like about Salt Lake? Like in general? I mean, have you had much opportunity to go other places? No, I rarely leave Salt Lake. There's hardly you need to ever travel a little bit. No way. There's everything I need here. Yeah, I just like it. It's been fun to watch it grow, like with food and just it's just been awesome. The progression. Yeah, of the city. I've worked downtown for like 15 years, I think. So it's been interesting to watch. What's been some of the biggest changes that you've seen? City Creek, that was weird. Like,
Do you go there a lot, City Creek?
no, but I used to work at Crossroads.
The mall, the Crossroads Mall that they tore down.
Yeah, so that, I don't know, that still weirds me out.
The only thing they had going for them was their food court. They had an incredible food court.
And the arcade.
Oh, yeah, the arcade. You can't forget the arcade.
I couldn't. No, I loved, like, on my breaks, I would, like, definitely, like, go to the arcade.
So what would you change anything about Salt Lake, or is there anything you would like to see different about the city?
I'd like to see more, like, I'd like to see more interesting vegan options in restaurants. Like, I know that we have tons of good, like, vegan restaurants, but I think that we could do a little bit better. Like, a really fancy, like, vegan restaurant, like
a shirt and tie type of place, maybe, or something.
Yeah, I don't
get
know.
really exquisite. Where are some of your favorite places to eat then? Let's go down the list.
okay.
I mean, I'm sure you got quite a few recommendations
I
for
do.
people listening.
Buds. Buds is my favorite.
And I haven't eaten
place.
there yet.
Go eat there.
And it's right down the road here
It's
from me.
It's good.
What do they have there?
They've got.
What do you like there?
They've got a bunch of different sandwiches. They have a killer taco salad, and everything is so cheap. It's like $5 or $6.
And it's all vegan.
It's all vegan.
Do you think the vegan scene's pretty big here in
Yeah,
Salt
it's
Lake?
huge.
So I mean, do you think it's tougher for a vegan place to survive here in Salt Lake, or not really so much?
No, I don't think so.
What are some of your other favorite places? I know you did a review here on Saffron Valley. That's really
I
close.
liked that place a lot.
What did you like there?
I can't remember what they're called. The little cup things. Like,
You're a food blogger here. Come on.
what were they called? It was like a cup thing, and then like there was stuff in it, and then you poured this water in it, and then you popped it into your mouth. I've only eaten them once, so the dosa was really good too. Like, I could eat that forever, I think.
What are some other local food recommendations that Amanda would recommend?
Okay, I'm recommending Tin Angel.
Great food.
I love that place.
Yeah.
See, they're a place that really understands like what to do with vegetables. Like, I can order a vegetarian dish there, and I'm always happy.
Do you think some places don't know what to do with vegetables?
Yeah, I do. Or like their veggie offerings is like a crappy veggie burger and
Don't you love that when it's like, what do you have to offer a vegetarian? Just a veggie burger. It's like, come on, let's get creative. This is 2013 here, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
I don't think I will never order hummus or a veggie burger. Like, I just can't do it.
Why? Just because
I've
it's
just eaten
boring,
it so
or what?
much. Like, in my life, like, I don't know. Just too much. There's other things.
Well, you make a valid point there. You make a valid point, and for sure. Let's say somebody was visiting Salt Lake for the very first time. Is there, you've done some reviews, obviously, in other places. It seems like you're the type of person, you explore the city a little bit. Is there an area of town, or is there something a building, or just something they need to check out? Because, I get the occasional listener who's going to be moving here even.
Okay.
What would you recommend for them to check out? You're about the city.
Yeah. Like a building, I guess.
Or just an area. I mean, I've had people tell, you got to visit the temple, or you have to, the 9th and 9th district, or Sugar House. I mean, is there an area that you really like to, or a shop even? I don't know.
Like just the middle of Salt Lake, like Main Street, like where, just like Main Street. There's a bunch of like awesome restaurants up and down Main Street. In downtown. Like there's the Robin's Nest, probably the best vegetarian sandwich ever.
Is that Robin's Nest?
Yeah.
I'll have to go try it out.
Do, and tell me what you think.
Is it have a name or what?
I think it probably has a name, but they have a big banner outside that's like, hey, we have the best vegetarian sandwich. And they do. And what else is there? Dojo is there. There was a review in SLUG. Like, I had no idea that Dojo was so old. It's like one of the first Japanese restaurants.
How old is it?
Like 30 years? Like really old. I know.
And right downtown Salt Lake, and they've survived and they've kept going.
It's amazing to me. But when you walk in there, you feel like it has been there for 30 years. Like it's what you would imagine. From
a place that's been there. So what other hobbies and interests? Let's find out a little bit about Amanda here. What other, besides eating, besides exploring food, I mean, what else do you like to do?
I like cats.
You're a cat person.
I'm a cat person. Yeah, I have ferals in my backyard, and
they're just running around your backyard.
They just run around and be cats. I like cats. I guess I like animals. I don't know if I have any other hobbies though. Like
food consumes you. I like that.
Yeah. Like what else is there? Shopping. I like thrift shopping.
Salt Lake has some great thrift shops.
Yeah,
I mean, there
definitely.
really is some great thrift shops here. Do you ever see yourself like writing a book? Would you like to see yourself?
Yeah.
I mean,
I have plans.
you have plans.
I've got book plans.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you care to talk about that at all, or is it kind of still in the works?
No,
or?
no, I'll talk about it. So every year, do you know what NaNoWriMo is? National Month of Novel Writing or whatever?
No, talk about that.
Okay. Okay. So every year for the past 5 years, I sign up to write a novel a month, and I never do it.
A novel a month.
Yeah.
So like 12 novels a year, or
No,
just
no,
or write
just
it
one.
in a month?
Just one novel in 1 month.
Okay.
And it's a national thing. You could Google National Novel Writing Month.
Okay.
And yeah, you write a novel in November. So I'm thinking, I think the only thing I could really...
And that's coming up.
Yeah,
November's
I know.
coming up. Are you getting nervous for it then?
I'm getting a little nervous.
Because
I
you're
hope
going to
that-
try to write a novel in November.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe I kind of interrupted you there. What, you just write a novel in the month of November, and then what? Submit it somewhere,
And then you submit it to their website. Like, I've never really finished it, so I kind of don't know what happens, like, at the end of the month. So I've got to figure that out.
Oh, I thought you meant at the end of the book. You know, you don't know what happens.
It's a murder
at the,
mystery. No.
Is that what you would like to write? A murder mystery?
Oh, no, I could never do that. I think that it's just going to be like my experiences about food.
Okay, so it's going to be about food. You're not going to write about like some fantasy book or a sci-fi book.
There's going to be vampires in it. And
that would be actually incredible. Write a vampire cookbook. Mm-hmm. You would sell millions of copies. I mean, the vampire thing is hot.
Would.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that the edge of the bed thing, she kept talking about how sexy Twilight was.
Did you ever see Twilight?
I tried to read it, but I just couldn't do it.
The movie. Yeah, I won't get into that.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
want
a tangent.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was really surprised at how many women have really
Well, I think they brought
felt
it up probably
sexy
because.
towards that.
Oh gosh, I'll admit it. I've seen them in the theaters, and it's kind of disgusting to see these women go. What's that? Is it Jacob when he would take his shirt? Oh, geez, just them screaming.
so
And I think that's probably why they brought it up, because it's something that the women could relate to.
Yeah.
You know, it's
weird.
some of the
right?
women in this Salt Lake are they're kind of creepy.
They're a little creepy. Seriously, though.
Yeah. So, where were we at? We're talking
novel.
Yeah, your novel.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself doing it this time, or?
I probably won't finish it because I just know myself. But if I
Don't
could start,
say that though. You have to say, I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna write it.
yeah, I'm gonna do that.
a lot of certainty there. Come on, Amanda.
I'm gonna do the novel. But I think that I can at least start it. Like, come on, I have an idea.
Would you like to publish it?
Yeah, I think
And
that'd
maybe
be
go on a
great.
book tour?
I want a damn book deal. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna every day in November. I'm gonna put a reminder on my phone, and I'm gonna send you a message. Are you writing,
Write
Amanda?
Your book. Yeah. Do that. I'll dedicate it to you.
You'll dedicate. So, what advice would you give? To kind of wrap this up here. What, like, say somebody's interested in writing or blogging. What advice would you give them?
Just do it.
And that's the number one
start
answer I hear from people.
Doing it, and then just keep doing it.
Do you think anybody can write?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It just takes a skill.
No.
No.
I mean, yeah, anybody can do it. Just start doing it.
Do you think the blog scene is kind of dying though, or do you think blogs are kind of?
I can't tell. I can't really tell. I think that I really don't know.
Because I'm not. Not really. I mean, obviously podcasting I'm familiar with, but blogging blogging's been around for years and years and years and years. And I mean, I've tried to dabble in blogging, but it just seems, I think the hardest part, and I think it's with anything you do, is there's so much of everything out there. You have to make yours a little unique.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it makes it important.
If you've got that one thing that just makes it different from what everyone else is doing.
So how can people find you? You're on Twitter. You're on Facebook. Share. Go down the list of links and everything.
Okay. My blog is Amanda Eats SLC. Twitter, Amanda_Eats _SLC. What else am I on? Oh, Instagram.
Well, Facebook. Oh, yeah, you're on Instagram and Facebook. But yeah, Instagram.
Instagram. I think it's just Amanda Eats SLC.
And it's just pictures of your food.
And the cats.
And the cats, the feral cats.
There's food and cats. What else do I Instagram? I think that's about it. I don't know. Sometimes I get drunk and do weird, collages at night.
Let's actually talk about that for just a second. You bring that up.
Getting drunk at night and doing collages.
Yeah. Well, no. Because I know. Occasionally you'll blog about. At least I saw one of them. That the Baba drink.
Oh,
I don't know. I might not be pronouncing it right.
I don't know how to pronounce it either.
Delicious. I mean, Salt Lake or Utah in general has some of the best beers. I mean, what are some of your favorite beers?
Definitely that one.
That one.
That one. I went to the beer festival, so I tried a bunch of new beers that I've never tried before, but that one is still my favorite. It's black, it's smooth.
So you like a dark beer?
I love a dark beer. Mm-hmm. But lately there's been a lot of pumpkin ones.
I can't get behind pumpkin beer.
So what?
I just can't do it.
Why?
I don't know.
What's wrong with you?
I've tried them.
Which ones have you tried?
Jeez. Maybe it's just been Blue Moon or something like that.
You know what someone told me to do was get the Baba and the pumpkin, Punkn.
Okay.
Mix them.
I don't know about mixing beers.
I think it would be delicious.
That's like mixing a Bud Light and a Pabst, though. No, could you imagine mixing those two together?
Yeah, it probably just tastes the same.
So anyways, Instagram. We were talking about what else people can find you if they follow you on Instagram.
Instagram, Facebook.
And Facebook is just, what's your Facebook? How can people follow you on Facebook?
I don't know. Just look for me. It's Amanda Rock.
Amanda Rock.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll try to get like I said, I'll get all the links on there.
Okay.
Do you have a piece of advice or words of wisdom from you to kind of wrap the show up here?
I don't think so.
No words of wisdom.
No, I guess if...
Or just a funny saying. Come on, something.
A funny saying? That's so putting me on the spot.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you sitting down. I've had a blast talking about food.
Yeah,
now I'm gonna have to go find some delicious lunch. You've made me hungry.
I want Indian food.
Saffron Valley's right there.
I want to go eat those little popper things. I'm gonna find out what they are and send you a picture.
Sounds good.
Because you need to eat them.
Well, thanks a lot, Amanda. Seriously, thank you so much. What a fun conversation. Thank you so much, Amanda, for coming on this episode of the podcast and sharing your story. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I'd love to hear some feedback on that episode or any of the other episodes that you guys might have listened to by calling the voicemail line, 385-202-5926. That voicemail line is always open. Love to hear your feedback. Love to hear your thoughts on the show. I'd love to hear what you guys love about living in Salt Lake City just in general, so feel free to give me a call. I also have an email. It's iamsaltlake@gmail.com. You can email me there. Let me know what you think. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, I'd love to bring you on, especially if you're doing something really cool here in Salt Lake City. Bring you on the podcast and let you share your story with the rest of the listeners. Hey, a few ways you can support the show. You can share any of your favorite episodes on your favorite social media sites. That way your family and friends find out about the podcast and they can join in on the fun. Also, head on over to iTunes. Leave us a review, a 5-star rating. That is much appreciated. Helps boost our ratings there in iTunes, gets us exposed to more people, and more people find out about the show. Anyways, that's going to do it, like I said, for this episode 106 of the I Am Salt Lake podcast. My name is Chris Hollifield, and I'll see you guys again very soon.